إن الحمد لله إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الأنبياء والمرسلين. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the middle of the week webinar, inshallah. We're going to get started. We are going to share quite a few things and then we'll get into the questions. I already see there are lots of questions, so you can go ahead and add more questions to the Q&A option here, and we will answer very quickly. Actually, I would like to start off with that one immediately after giving a few quick updates. Okay, so this is where we are. We need to keep this in our mind because we are on the 21st of January. So we have like very few days left to the start of the sale purchase, which is expected to be on the 3rd of February, inshallah ta'ala, at 1 p.m. Makkah time. Okay. So that would be like about 2 a.m. US time, etc. So we'll share this in a few minutes, inshallah. So this is where it is. Makkah time, it's 1 p.m. New York time, 5 a.m. Los Angeles, 2 a.m. Chicago, 4 a.m. And London, it's about 10 a.m. Okay. So this is on the 3rd of February. But our expectation is by the 27th, which is in about a week's time, you should at least have configured one package in the card, select at least 5 packages as preferred, and then your e-wallet should be matching. Okay. So if people are having issues with e-wallet doing the transaction, please do understand that it is not the Nusuk, and this is not caused by Nusuk. It's most probably a fraud blockage at the bank or with the credit card institution. So instead of wasting time trying to contact Nusuk, etc., go to the bank and tell them to give you the fraud department. Do not deal with the regular customer service folks. Okay, you got to get to the fraud department. Many people have already resolved this issue. So please use this as a guideline. You should be contacting their fraud department. With the credit card, you should be contacting the Visa, MasterCard credit card department within the bank, okay? Not just the customer service of the credit card. So this is what it is, okay? Now, one of the things that I'm finding in several chats is people are beginning to ask questions which are advanced questions. Okay, the questions that are after the purchase that should be more relevant after the purchase of the package. Again, nothing wrong in getting prepared. It's nothing wrong in getting into that mode. But I would prefer if we can concentrate on understanding the packages, understanding the process, understanding how to be successful in getting a package. We have multiple webinars coming up, inshallah ta'ala, okay, which will guide you on that one. So the questions such as, how to get to the haram, what is the, how to get the taxis and those kind of questions, we will deal with that later, okay? The hotel arrangements within the hotel itself, all those things, we are going to deal with that. Multiple webinars are coming up from myself as well as the rest of the Rawaf team. There are lots and lots of webinars coming up. So if you can hold that off, if you have to, go ahead and get that answer, no problem. But try to concentrate your energy on getting the thing at hand right now. The task at hand is understanding the packages. The task at hand is understanding how to quickly, swiftly work through packages, basically. Okay. Now, one of the things that I have seen recently is there seems to be lots of confusion about custom packages, flights, and how will they work, from the group flights, the custom flights, how do you pick the packages, what packages would be available. So here is a quick flow, okay? First thing that you have to make a decision on when you are selecting packages, okay? Is a custom flight a requirement for you? Okay. Do you have to go to some country to drop off your children? So that's a decision that you have to make. So if the decision is no, then it's a good decision. If there's not a requirement, then you look through the packages and you match the group flights. Okay. Please understand this, from the group flights from the country of residence, of your residence, with your priority list. You have a priority list. Look at what are the important things for you. Okay, match it with that one. But first, try to concentrate on the packages that have group flights, the gateways in the country of your residence, which is, for example, people who are in United States. Look for packages which has a group flight, not the custom flight, the group flight with such as Chicago, New York, Washington, Seattle, Los Angeles, Houston, Dallas, Miami, etc., etc. Look for the gateways that match it. That should be your first thing you should look for. Okay. Now, if you find it, then excellent. Add it to the shopping cart or as a preferred package. So, and then after that one, you should find additional 5 to 7 preferred packages, have it ready, and on the when the sale window opens, you make sure the V wallet is funded, and then you wait for the sales window to open. So once you have added a package to the shopping cart, another question keeps coming up. Once you have added a package into shopping cart, one package can be added to the shopping cart. When you added the package to the shopping cart on the day of the sale, when you go and click, and I'll show it to you how to do that one. Okay, when you go and click on that package from the shopping cart, it should be taking you to the summary page. You do not need to reconfigure that one single package. Okay, the one that's in the shopping cart, you do not need to reconfigure that one. It should be taking you to the summary page, and immediately after that, as long as you have funds in your e-wallet, it should be allowing you to buy it and go on. This is again if it's a group flight. Okay, if it's a custom flight, I'll come to that in just a minute, inshallah. Now, if a custom flight is a requirement, okay, if this is a requirement, then you go and match the custom flight from the country of residence. I'm emphasizing country of residence for a reason. I'll just explain that in just a minute. Okay, so match the custom flight. Look for packages that allows custom flights. Okay, and from the country of residence with your priority list. So if you find it, or if you are here and you do not find a gateway or a package that matches your this thing, then you can look for a group flight from other country. But be careful. Look for a country that has a language that you are familiar with. The reason for this is, if, for example, if you find a package which is in Germany, for example, okay, then that package will be a German package that will be led by a guide that is from Germany. Now, our expectation, inshallah, ta'ala, is all the guides will be able to speak English, but from some countries, the guides might not be able to speak the language English. So that will become a challenge. So look for countries with language that matches with your language. For example, look for a package that's from UK. Okay, and then you should be able to match it and then move on with it. Okay, if you find it, yes, then put it in the shopping cart, then move on basically. Okay, if you cannot find, then you go back and look for a custom flight. Now we are in the custom flight area. Okay, with a custom flight, one challenge that we have explained several times before, even if you put the package into the shopping cart on the day of the sales window, on the day of the sale, when the sales opens up on that day, you will still have to configure. You will not have to configure the camp. You don't have to configure the occupancy, but you will have to configure the flight at that point in time. That means you'll have to go into the Al Musafir portal, the GDS portal, and then look for the flight that matches your needs, and then you will have to go through the purchase, assuming there are no changes in the cost. There is availability. Okay, so this is one of the reasons that we have put here. If you see, all the group flights are more into the green color. It is very clearly, it's very much to emphasize the fact that avoid the custom flight unless you need to have it. And it doesn't have to be only because you want to, but maybe a package meets your requirements. That is a custom flight. So take it if that's what it requires. But just be careful and understand and practice how to select and work with a custom flight option. So if you cannot find from country, then look for other countries. Okay, look for whatever matches basically. Okay, and then if it matches, fine. If, for example, you cannot find any package that matches your priority list, then it's a time for you to review your priority and maybe adjust some of it. Like, for example, something with an occupancy may not be there, or something, the hotel requirements, something that doesn't match, then just revise your priority. Remember, the key is to go for Hajj Baitullah. Okay, that is the key, inshallah. So Uh, I know this is a little bit can get a little bit confusing, but please review this one and give me feedback if I need to improve this in explaining this further. I'll take the time to explain this further. Not an issue, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Uh, Moving forward, okay, this is all the webinars that we have coming once the sales window finishes. Somewhere immediately after Ramadan, we are all going to start the webinars on spiritual logistics. So if you can hold the question on logistics and spiritual questions until then, will be better, because I would like us to concentrate on the package, as I said earlier. Okay, the thing that you should concentrate on is basically this one: understanding the hotels, so that you can get your priorities straight. So if I look at it here, this is where Jabal is, this is where Marriott is, this is where your Darul Shuruq is. Our preferred package, the one that we are, our preference is the Tilal, and then the Marriott, and then the Ibis here, and Nesmat, Millennium. Okay, these hotels, even though they are further away from Haram, but they are very close to the Jamarat. It allows you convenience of going to the hotel if needed after going to the Jamarat, after performing the Rami. Okay, there's an advantage to that, and there's an advantage to being in these hotels. The other hotel that you can definitely consider is the Novotel. It's a very good hotel. It's a five-star type of hotel. It's about a mile and a half from the Haram, but there will be shuttles at least until the 5th of Dhul Hijjah. This is what you need to understand: this one and then this one. So understanding the where is the Al Muassam camp and Al Kabsh camp. Okay, there are advantages to Al Kabsh camp. Okay, it's closer to the Haram. I mean, it's closer to the Jamarat. Okay, it's about half a mile from the Jamarat, and it's a VIP camp. It's a better facility, no question about it. Okay, Al Mawsam camp is also in the last few years had been much more improved. It has almost come to the point that you can say it's a very comfortable camp actually. Okay, but you need to understand it is a 2.5 to 3 miles walk each way. The question, I know one of the questions that I've seen is it wheelchair friendly? Yes. It is wheelchair friendly because it's paved all the way to the Jamarat. From here to the Jamarat, it's all paved. So it's very much easily wheelchair friendly. Of course, you need somebody to push the wheelchair. But do understand, it's a 2.5 to 3 mile walk. There is no transportation. I know I've heard some comments that there is transportation. There is no transportation to the Jamarat. There are some buses that go to the Haram from the Mina camp, but I do not know of any buses going to the Jamarat. So hold off on that for right now. Just assume that you have to walk 2.5 to 3 miles from the Jamarat, from the camp each way. So that makes it 5 miles back and forth, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. So this is that one. So let me start taking the questions, because I know there are lots and lots of questions. I do want to get to as many questions as possible. Let me just get to this one here. There are lots of questions placed into the our questions portal. I want to go through that. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go down here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and when are we going to release the package? Okay. The packages for right now are held up. We are expecting that to be released sometime by the end of tomorrow. 48 hours is what we were told. So just give until the end of tomorrow. They are already getting to be re-uploaded. Okay. Right now I saw about 20 of them, but more will get added. Do not get anxious if you don't see a package that you prefer or you don't see flight information. They are in the process of uploading it. It just takes a little bit of time. What is the transportation from and to Mina, Arafat, Haram, etc.? What about the guides for the group? The guides for the group are going to be assigned after the packages are all acquired, inshallah ta'ala. The transportation from Mina to Arafat to Muzdalifah back to Mina is as follows. For people in the Al Muassam camp, it is going to be by bus. So people who are in the Al Muassam camp, the from Mina, Arafat, Muzdalifah back to Mina is by bus. The transportation for people from Mina, Arafat, Muzdalifah, and back to Mina for the people in Al Qabsh is by the Haramain train. Okay, that's a train which only runs in within the confines of the Mashayar area, which is basically all the camp area. Uh, During package selection or later, we'll ensure that I'll be with the English speaking group. Yes, this is exactly what I mentioned earlier. Look for packages that are from the English speaking countries so that you can be guaranteed that the guide is English speaking. Every guide that goes from the US and UK, inshallah ta'ala, will be multilingual, including English and possibly one or two other languages, inshallah ta'ala. What is better for shifting packages? First hotel near Mecca or second hotel? Well, it's really a matter of choice because if you are close to Haram first, then you can perform the Umrah comfortably and then move to Azizia so that you are also closer to the Jamarat. So, shifting from Haram to Azizia is better, but then again, shifting from Jamarat to this thing, it also allows you to peacefully perform your do your Umrah after the Hajj also when the rush starts going down. Okay, can I pick Medina as my arrival departure airport instead of Jeddah? Well, you if you're picking a group flight, you have to go with the group flight the way it is configured. You can always go with the custom option, which again I'm not going to encourage too much because of the some of the challenges that I mentioned, but it is not forbidden. Remember that you can do it, and in some cases, probably if you don't have group flight availability, you probably will have to jump to the GDS option so that you can get the package, inshallah ta'ala. In package row of 101, the flight with Detroit Gateway is still not available. That is correct because Nusuk is in the process of uploading all the flight information. Inshallah ta'ala, by the end of tomorrow, it should be available. Logistics too in the webinar, such as transportation from Makkah to Medina, vice versa. Well, Makkah to Medina and Medina to Makkah, which is part of the package, as for Rawaf, is going to be by Haramain train unless they run out of some capacity with the Haramain train. But at this point in time, the plan is to be by train. The train it takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's very quick. If not, they will make a bus arrangement, which also inshallah will be streamlined. It just takes about 4 to 5 hours. But the preference right now, the understanding right now is it's going to be train between the two cities. Okay. When would I be able to purchase the package? That's going to be on the 3rd of February, inshallah ta'ala, at 1 p.m. Makkah time. My account was verified, but went back to state of under verification without any reason. Yes, lots of people have this issue. Two things I'm going to suggest with that. First of all, go check your documents, especially the personal picture. Check the picture and see if there is any issue with it. If there is an issue with it, quickly replace it. Follow the standards that I have shared before, the black or white background, formal attire, the picture being 2 inches by 2 inches, and it should be from this much up. It should not be standing this way. It should not be this thing. It has to be from this side up, and the head has to be in the almost in the top middle of the picture. White background, as I said earlier, and clarity, very important that that the face is clear, the eyes are clear, and eyes should be looking out, no glasses. So watch out for this one. Now, if you've done everything correctly, I mean, okay, the people might ask the question, why was it approved? Why is it suddenly coming back? In some cases, Nusuk has reviewed the registration. They have found some of these errors in it. That's why they have sent it back. Not the best thing, not the most pleasant thing to happen, but it is a fact. Okay. But if you're sure everything is correct, then drop an email to support at nusuk.com. I believe I'll share that in our group chat, inshallah ta'ala. Is there some way to know who the providers or groups for each of the packages are? Well, it's very clear when you look at the beginning of the package, it will tell you Rawaf. That is a Rawaf package. Okay. Plus, you will see the emblem Rawaf or Rawa Alifa at the when you go to the package detail, you will see that one, inshallah ta'ala. How do I filter a package based on airport location? Unfortunately, Nusuk does not have the filter for the airport location, but you can definitely use the package listing that is available on Rawaf's Linktree page. You can go there. You can turn that into a filtered document and then filter it based on the airport location. Where can I find representatives and religious guides for each? Guides will be assigned after the packages are sold. I think I answered that question before. The same thing, and then you will know if who the religious imams are that are going to be accompanying, inshallah ta'ala. How to add credit cards into the e-wallet? We have released a video on this one. Please go into our this thing or go into Rawaf's main page. They have lots of videos on all these topics, inshallah ta'ala. Will Rawaf be releasing any more packages than the one we see on the Nusuk so far? Well, they have released lots of packages, at least 69 that I know of. There might be a few more that they might release, but this is the extent that Rawaf has the packages. I mean, mashallah, it has lots of different variations of packages that meets the needs of lots of people. So please review them carefully, inshallah ta'ala. Do packages not include transportation between the locations of Mina and Arafat? Of course it does. I think I explained this before, how they are with the buses and train. I've not seen details about this listed in packages. Yes, I think I just explained this one basically earlier. Okay. Um, okay. This is if you're asking the question between the within the Mashayar areas, between Mina, Arafat, Muzdalifah, yes, transportation is there. Now, if you're asking transportation from Mina to Haram, Ministry of Hajj does make that available. The frequency is something that we still have to figure it out, but there are buses from Mina to the Haram and Haram back. There you have to we will share this more details of this later on, inshallah ta'ala. I am from Ireland. I'm just wondering if I choose a package that doesn't have any flight from Ireland but UK or other European countries. Yes, you can pick that package. Again, as I explained to you earlier, you this year, 2026, Nusuk is allowing for you to pick any package that is visible to you. Okay, any package. Of course, in many packages, you will have to probably do a custom flight. But my caution is look for packages from countries that speak the language that you are familiar with. If you're familiar with French, of course, pick a package from France. Okay, if you're familiar with German, sure, pick the package from German, etc. My wife had a marriage recently, has walking difficulties. Well, if there are physical challenges, then Al-Kapsh is the camp to go with because it's closer to the Jamarat. It's just about half a mile. Okay. Do you have a scholar assigned in packages? Scholars are not assigned to packages, okay, necessarily. Guides are assigned to packages, but in many cases, we select some guides who are scholars so that the scholars are available in different camps, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Uh, okay, somebody has a question about the name not fitting. If the name doesn't fit in the first one, then follow the rest of it into the father's first name or father's last name field, which is right immediately afterwards, inshallah ta'ala. How many spots are available in the Marriott package? Luxury package sells out the fastest. Well, what sells out the fastest is generally the Al-Kapsh because Al-Kapsh only has about 5,000 slots. Okay, so that does tend to run out very quickly. So this is where I'm recommending if you absolutely don't need Al-Kapsh, go with Al-Masa. But if Al-Kapsh is your preference, please go for it, inshallah ta'ala. Marriott, I don't have it, but if you can look in this one, I believe it's about 300 or so. Brother Hassan is not on the call. Otherwise, he would have given the answer quickly. Let's see. Let me quickly look here. I don't believe Brother Hassan is on the call. Okay. It's about 300 if I remember correctly. Okay. Rawaf 201, 202 shows 16 seats from Seattle. Does this mean if Rawaf 201 is sold out for Seattle, then Rawaf 202 will also be sold out for Seattle? Remember, packages are not by your city. Okay. That all that means is that the flight from Seattle is sold out. You can always pick a flight, look for a flight from Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, other gateways basically, or a custom gateway. So it doesn't mean that just because Seattle is sold out, the rest of the package is sold out. Okay. Do I have to provide my photo and passport photo, and will my visa and hotel stay tickets be covered all by the package? With the package, the initial price that you see is for the package, which includes the hotels, which includes the Al Mawsam camp, generally the occupancy, which is generally quad. Okay. Flight is an addition to that cost. But at the end of the day, when you finalize the entire cost of the package, which includes the flight, that is a complete flight. Yes, that includes the visa also. Okay. Uh, let's just go up. I'm going to come to the questions that are in the chat group. Just give me a minute. Is the walk from Al Muassam wheelchair friendly? I believe I did say that. The walk from the Al Muassam to the Jamarat is wheelchair friendly because it's paved, but of course you need somebody to be pushing the wheelchair. Is there an option to go to Medina? Yes, there are lots of packages that have Medina first. You just need to look it up in the sheet that is there, in the Excel sheet that is shared in the Rawaf page or Linktree page, Linktree Rawaf Global. You can look it up there, inshallah. You will find it, inshallah, which of the cities are first. Which bank app is better? This is a question that Revolt has been something that people have preferred. But please, we can get you more information on this later on, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, let me quickly go to the questions here. If we choose double option, can me and my wife stay in the one room? Yes, absolutely. Yes, you can. Please give some advice for how to purchase on sales day and some strategies. Okay, this is a very good question. Okay, so yes, you can log in before. Okay, yes, you can log in before, but there are also chances that Nusuk might reset everybody's login, basically meaning they'll bump you out. Okay, the best strategy that I can tell you is, because there is first of all, pick a package that has a high availability. Okay, meaning look for the number of spots in the gateway. You can see in some cases New York has 92 plus 92. Oh yes, when you see New York 92 92, or two cities with different numbers or the same numbers within the same package, what that means is it's two different airlines that Rawaf has selected basically. Okay, so for example, New York, there is 92 92. It basically means it is Saudia and Emirates. So look for packages that has a higher availability. Okay, the second thing is, we are going to share with you as we get close to the sales window which packages have the highest number of configuration. You want to avoid it because that basically means there are more and more people looking at that package. That means chances starts going down. Okay, so you have to play with the probabilities question here. Probability goes down when the configurations of a specific package is higher. So it's better that you select a package that has a lower this thing. Brother Wasim, thank you for joining. So can you start giving me questions, please, so that I can move forward, please? Okay. So one other point before I move forward on this one. So select that one. Practice, because in case your first package that you put in the cart is not available, you need to be ready to jump quickly to your second package, or go back to the same package and configure a different camp. For example, if you picked a package with Al Qabs and you go to the summary page and you try to select it, by the time all the Al Qabs slots are gone. Okay, what do you do? But you still like 101. Okay, so what you do is you go back to 101 again, and then but you have to reconfigure it again. So what does that mean? If you become so comfortable with the reconfiguration, with the configuration of a package, you should not be having to read the details. You know 101 is good. All you're doing is you're changing the camp. Okay, almost. You know how to do the occupancy. You do the occupancy. You know how to do the flight, which flight, etc., etc. So meaning every package configuration, you should time yourself. You should time yourself so that every package configuration you should be able to do it within a minute or two. Again, practice so well that when you that you should be able to configure different packages within a minute or two. That'll only happen if you have looked at the packages, you know what you're doing, what you want, and you're ready to move forward, basically. So you're just going to go package configure Masam occupancy. You know how to configure the occupancy, because there are, like, to Medina, Makkah, you have to do click, 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 and then go to this thing, transportation. You have to pick the transportation. You have to pick the flight. You should be so comfortable that you should look at it and say, I know how to do this one. Be move, move, move quickly, quickly. So the name of the game is quickness. If you are able to move through and configure or reconfigure a package quickly within a minute or two, inshallah, your chance of being successful increases, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. So, all right, Brother Wasim.
Um, I don't know if I need to be made co-host, but I don't see the questions. I do see there's a hand up.
Okay. Let me let
Sister
me just
Farheen.
let me just go
Yeah.
quickly. Give me okay. There is a hand up. Go ahead with the hand up. You're not able to see the questions? There was a bit of an issue with the setup today. Okay. Okay, there was a question. I think I looked at it. Oh, one other suggestion I have. If you do need to have a custom flight, okay, if you absolutely need to have a custom flight, remember that even though you looked at it, you configured it on the day of the purchase, that custom flight will have disappeared, because custom flight is available only for 30 minutes. Okay. Now, there is a trick there. Okay. What I'm going to suggest, if you absolutely need a custom flight, log into the Nusuk platform like about 15 minutes before the time, like 15 minutes before 1 p.m. Makkah time, when we are expecting the sales window to start. Go to the custom flight option, select the flight that you want, and configure it. The expectation is that that flight will be available in your configuration. So when the sales opens, if you are able to get in quickly within the 30 minutes window, then the flight should be there and you should be able to complete the purchase. Okay. This is based on the understanding we have right now. Okay. So again, if you absolutely need to have a custom flight, whether because you want to drop somebody off somewhere, children somewhere, or because you find a package that has the best package that matches your preferences, but you have to go with a custom flight, then the suggestion again is join the Nusuk, log into the Nusuk about 15 minutes before the 1 p.m. slot that we are saying when the sales window will open, and configure the custom flight, and hope inshallah ta'ala when the window opens up, you are one of the first ones to get in, then it should be there. You don't need to reconfigure the flight at that point in time. Okay. So Brother Wasim, I'm not able to change uh, you to co-host. Is Rawaf still on the call? Are you on the call? If you're on the call, can you make Brother Wasim co-host? Okay, let me continue for right now. If group flight runs out,
Making
I
the
believe.
post now. All right.
Can you make him co-host, please?
Already done. Is the
Okay.
co-host.
Okay. Brother Wasim, can you see the questions now?
No, I don't see the questions yet. But there are a couple of hands up. Do you want to allow people to talk?
Actually, I prefer just going through the questions first, because I wanted to
Okay.
do the demo also.
Okay.
Let me just. You don't see the Q&A option?
No, it's just saying no open questions for me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me just quickly go through this one. Could custom flight still be available on the same flight or vice versa? Custom flight should be available. Okay. Now, there are two things that you have to understand with a custom flight. Some of the packages have been configured for custom flight. Some seats have been already allocated. You will find that in the list, it says GDS. If you are looking at our in the package list that is there available in the Rawaf's global page, you will see something that says global custom. Okay, those are the seats that are allocated. That's one option. The other option is, even if that is not there, you can still do the custom flight if the custom flight option is available with that package. But that basically means you're just looking at any availability there at that point in time. Okay. Does debit card work in the credit card option? Yes, it does. But one of the reasons debit card sometimes doesn't work is because there are daily limits on the debit card. So you have to check with your bank what's the limit and if they'll open up. And sometimes there are fraud restrictions on a debit card are much higher. If I try to purchase a package using one gateway airport, but then I don't get the package, should I try to purchase the same package? Yes, as I said, yes, you can try it. If there are other airports available, yes, you can definitely try it. But again, the question is how quickly can you move forward and do it? Okay, so the quicker you can do it, inshallah ta'ala, the success rate goes up. If I plan to choose group flight and it runs out in one of my favorite packages, yes, again, the same question. I've answered this one on day of the purchase. I tried to buy a package with Chicago Gateway. It's not available. I think I answered this question just now. I will show how to do it. Let me just quickly go through these questions. What is the transport mode from Al Muassam camp to Arafat? I believe I've answered this question. It is by bus. How much an economy class package may be, including camp and air ticket? It starts from 23,000 base plus the airline. So this could be about 23,000 plus another 10,000. So think of it as about $30,000 to $33,000 approximately. Profile under verification for past 3 weeks. How can I expect it? Basically, send an email to support at nusuk.sa, and hopefully they will look at that one, inshallah ta'ala, or contact us directly, because we would like to look at the picture that you have shared to make sure the picture is good, inshallah. Okay, if I get a package with hotel in zone C, which means it's 1 hour away from Jamarat, by car, so how the transportation be during time? Okay, first of all, the transportation from hotel in zone C or zone M, there will be shuttles at least until the 5th of Dhul Hijjah, when the Makkah police starts putting restrictions. Okay, but until then there will be a shuttle, inshallah ta'ala. Time in Mina, would I be able to go to the hotel? Yes, if you have a all the hotel rooms that you are in before you leave for Mina will be available for you, excepting the breakfast and dinner will not be available. Okay, to and from the hotel, whether to Haram or to Mina. Okay, again, I answered the question on Haram. Okay, on the day of purchase, I tried to buy a package with the Gateway Airport. I believe I answered this question. Can I buy a package without air ticket? No, air ticket has to be purchased. You have to purchase at least one airline ticket for using the custom this thing. Okay, so airline ticket has to be purchased through the Nusuk for you to complete the purchase of the package, inshallah ta'ala. Can we join any group to get guided, or we should be assigned to travel agent from USA? The packages are assigned a guide. Okay, so if whichever package you picked, whichever guide is assigned to that, you need to stay with that guide. If there are some very specific requirements, you can definitely reach out to Rawaf, and it's up to Rawaf to make the decision. But in general, you have to stay with the guide that's assigned to the package that you purchase. Now we are seeing packages and flights. Okay, this is released, right? They are slowly updating it. Assalamu alaikum. No glasses in the picture. That's something that's very much a requirement. Zone M car have bus service to the Haram. Yes, I answered the question. There are shuttles from Zone M and Zone C and Zone M and Zone C to the Haram. We already have our chosen package, or we e-wallet topped up. Will our chosen package be changed or stay the same? Well, your chosen package will remain in the cart until the day of the purchase, and then you have to click on that package and complete the purchase. Okay, depending on the availability, you will be able to purchase that package. Okay, the packages are disappearing because they are in the process of uploading the airline ticket. That's why the packages have been taken off. This is not just Rawaf, this is across the board. Okay, when all packages republished in the next few days, when all packages are republished in the next few days, able to see the package of their own country. I don't know this one for a fact. When we will know this one, because as we know today, you should be able to see the packages across the entire Nusuk platform. Okay. Now, is number of seats in each package include group and custom flight altogether? No. You will see the in the list that has been provided. You will see the gateway and the number of seats for that gateway in the package. Okay. I see you have something like preferred stated right on the package picture. That is basically where you are picking the preference basically. Okay. When you finish Mina, you're back to the hotel in Makkah, or you stay in the hotel in Zone M. Well, depending on your package, wherever your package is after the completion of Mina, that's the hotel you're going to stay in. For example, if you are in a non-shifting package, then you will stay in the same hotel that you're staying in. If it's a shifting package, the package will tell you where you will be on those dates after the Jamarat. It will clearly list it, but most probably immediately after the Jamarat, you're going to go back to the same hotel, and then you'll be shifted to the other hotel basically. Well, how much does it cost for luxury and premium? Please take a look at this thing. It's anywhere from 35,000 plus flight. Generally, that is all SA. That's all reals basically. I'm saying. What color of background on the picture? It has to be white background. Brother Wasim, can you quickly take some questions from the attendees while I quickly log into the account?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah.
Are you able to unmute?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I can see some questions now. In the new question, I think that question that came later on, I can see now after we made. So yeah, there is a question that says where you finish Mina, you back to hotel in Makkah or you stay in hotel in Zone M. So yeah, this is depend on your package. So if your package is having a shifting package, then so let's say for example you had Zone M first, and then after that you had a Zone A hotel, then you would change. Otherwise, depending on the package, basically. So what you want to do is look at the package dates, and that will tell you if you are changing or not. And in that case, you will go to a different hotel. So let me update this. How much will it cost for luxury and premium packages? I think we have shared the list already, but yeah, the way you can do it is either you can go to Nusuk and filter for Awaf Mina, and then you can filter for luxury premium, or we have the Excel sheet that Farid Bhai had shared. So if you don't have access to that, let us know, and we can share that sheet, and that is also another way to look at the prices. What color of background on the picture? So the background has to be white. They are very strict about this. So you want to make sure that you edit your photo before you submit it. If you're having issues with photograph, there are some messages that we share on the WhatsApp as well. Your background has to be white. Do group flights or custom flights cost the same? They do not. Group flights will typically be cheaper. Custom flights, depending on each flight and how long of a layover and things like that, it'll be different prices. Also, another thing is that the custom flights price can change. So like today, when you configure, you might see a different price, but you might see a different price afterwards. And say, Salam, why my card is empty right now? I think you might mean cart, but basically you have to configure a package. So if you configure a package and then you can click next as the steps that Brother Farid was showing earlier, and only after you select the flight and you select the occupancy, all that will that go into the cart. So those are the questions in the Q&A. Sister Farheen, you have been allowed to talk. Do you want to ask your question?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
So my question is, I'm sorry, I'm like so much into the video, so I just forgot. Yeah. So like if I go for a package on the day when I have to purchase it, so like if I have selected configured a package and when I buy it, it shows it's unavailable. Will it show like what part of it is unavailable, whether it's the package, the camp, or the flight?
Can I answer that question, Brother Wasim? Let me answer that question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sister, that's a very good question, actually. And
Mhm.
we have been trying to find out exactly how Nusuk will perform on that day when it comes to this. Our understanding as of right now is it will not necessarily tell you that. Okay, it'll basically tell you that the package is what your selection, what is in your cart is not available. So what that means is you will have to return back to the package and go back and reconfigure it. And this is why I'm again and again, see, I can help you what I can help you, right? So if from that perspective, I'm telling you, practice so much that you should be able to reconfigure this within 1 minute. Okay. Let's assume you picked the Chicago Gateway, for example.
Mhm.
Okay. And the Chicago Gateway is what ran out, but you don't know that, for example. My expectation is that it's going to tell you that it's not available. So you need to go empty the card. I think I showed the steps here, right? And I'll show this again in just a minute, inshallah. Okay. You're going to go empty the card, get back to that same package again, and reconfigure it until you get back to the summary page and go for the sale. So my expectation, again, I keep repeating my expectation is because Nusuk has not shared how exactly this is going to function. Okay. My expectation is when you go into the group flight section, you will not see the Chicago's flight anymore. Okay. So at that point in time, you know it is the Chicago flight that ran out, or you will not be able to see the Al Kapsh as a choice. It will be grayed out. Okay. So that means basically it is the Al Kapsh that ran out. So now you only have a choice with the Al Muassam camp. Okay. Did I answer that question
So
for you, sister?
yeah, you did. Thank you so much. And
Right.
one more thing is like if I don't get the Chicago Gateway, then what is advisable? Should I go for a customized Chicago ticket or should I go for some other city like Houston or Dallas with
Again,
the same
this is
package?
where you need to kind of play around and see what makes the most sense to you. Okay. For example, if you're looking at 101 package, for example, okay,
Mm-hmm.
another closest airport that you have is Detroit. Okay.
Okay.
So what you see, we are going to provide you lots of support before that. Okay. We are going to provide you the list of which airports are highest configured, okay, which is in the most preferred category. So you need to look at that. You need to look at see, the way ministry is wanting the Hujjaj to do going forward is they want you to be the judge of everything. Okay. We are only the people here to provide you the guidance. We are here to provide you material so that you can make the decision. Okay. So we are going to give you information saying that which gateways are highest, which gateways are highest configured, preferred, etc. So what you can do is on that day you can say Detroit is also heavily configured, but Houston is not. Let me pick up Houston. I understand you have to pick a connecting flight. I know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at least our goal is what? We want to go for Hajj. Connecting flight is something we can deal with that later, right? Okay. So what you want to do is look at our list, look down the list and see which gateway has the least number of preferred and configured this thing and pick that gateway.
Okay, got it. Jazakallah
Okay.
khair. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me go share this one quickly. Start the demo. Okay. And lots of questions will come up on this one. And even though we are at 7:30, because we're so close to the package sale, I'm willing to stay as late as you guys want. Okay. But keep the questions coming so that we can quickly answer the questions as they're coming. Okay. So here are the list of packages. If you see, I'm going to go ahead and empty this one. Okay. Just so that I can continue with this one. Okay. All right. So, oh God, I should not have done that. Sorry. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pick one of this package. I'm going to pick this package for right now. Okay. Should I do that or should I go with 101? Okay. Let me go with this one. This one doesn't have group flights. Okay. So the speed that I'm asking for is on the day of the purchase of the package with your preferred packages, I should not have to read any of these things because I know what package is about. I'm not going to spend time on this one. I should be saying click, configure the package. I should know what option I want to go. This one is just almost some, okay, and just go down quickly. One question that had come up was, can we do this on the smartphone? Yes, you can, but it's not going to be a pleasant experience. So my suggestion is, on the day of the purchase, the night before, please try to be close to your laptop, your desktop, your full option with you, basically your laptop or something where you have a large screen that you can work with it. Okay. Now here, remember, you have to pick two because this account has two package to this thing. You have to pick two. By the way, you can decide to say that one person will have this one, the other person will stay in double. You can pick that one, okay? But that's not something that I recommend. So you have to pick two here. You have to pick two here. Again, this is again the speed, right? You know what you have to do. So this one quickly, I move to this one. I know what my next screen is going to be. It's a wheelchair. I don't need a wheelchair or I need a wheelchair. I make a quick decision. Okay, I'm not looking at all this cost here, remember, because I know this cost will not change. This cost doesn't change. Whatever cost that you have seen before, this cost remains the same. So I'm going to the next. Now I need to choose a flight, okay? So this one does not have a group flight, okay? I picked a package that does not have a group flight so that now I can pick a custom flight, all right? So here, I'm going to click on this. Okay. Now, one thing I mentioned in one of my group chats, this is very important that you understand this one here. Your flight, if when you're doing a custom flight, you got to make sure that all flights that you're looking at, they land at least before midnight of 4th of Dhul Hijjah. Again, before midnight of 4th of Dhul Hijjah for all the airlines other than Saudia. Saudia and Flynas, basically Saudi Arabian airlines, so the airlines from Saudi Arabia, which is Saudia, Flynas, etc. But in most cases, we are only dealing with Saudi, so I'll just mention Saudi. So if you're flying, if you pick Saudi here, you can fly into Jeddah, okay, by midnight of 6th of Dhul Hijjah. Not boarding the flight, but landing in Jeddah has to be before midnight of 6th of Dhul Hijjah. If you are flying any other airline other than Saudi, you have to land before midnight of 4th of Dhul Hijjah. This is very important. By mistake, if you end up with a flight, let's say Etihad Airlines, for example, that is landing in Jeddah on the 5th at 1 a.m. in the morning, you'll not be able to land. In fact, even the Etihad will not even let you board the flight in Abu Dhabi. So you might have been able to purchase it, but they will not allow you to board the flight in Abu Dhabi. So it is your responsibility. If you're doing custom flight, you got to make sure that the best thing is follow the package dates. Follow the package date, then you're safe. Okay, so here, now I have a choice of either round trip or multi-city. For example, if I have to go to India, for example, to drop off the children and then come from India to Jeddah, okay, I would pick multi-city and then I would go let me just pick New York. I'm going to say JFK, it's easy for me. Okay, New York I'm going to say Bombay, for example. Okay, then I pick the date. May 20th is showing me. May 20th is the earliest I can go because of this package. This package starts around on the May 20th. That's the only thing I can do. I can go a little bit later. Okay, but again, I'm going to run into problem with that 4th of Dhul Hijjah that I mentioned. So let me just leave it at the 20th. And then from Mumbai, I can say Mumbai now to Jeddah. Okay. Now, again, here I can pick Jeddah or I can pick Medina. Okay. There is a word of caution here. If you, for a success rate, you should keep it as simple as possible so that on the day of the purchase, you're not dealing with all these issues. Okay. So keep it as simple as possible. So go, if you have to drop somebody somewhere, then try to do make it as straightforward routing as possible. Now, Nusuk will allow you to pick the shortest package, shortest trip also, but recommendation from Nusuk and the ministry is that you pick the flight from your country and then go there. Okay, but you can pick some short flight, but that's not the recommendation we have. Okay, so this is multi-city. Now you would say Mumbai to Jeddah, and then you want to say depending on the date. Custom flights are very risky, folks. Please avoid custom flights if you can avoid that one. Because now, this flight, if I'm leaving on the 20th, will not get you until the 21st, and then immediately you have to turn around and leave on the 21st. Otherwise, you will not make the deadline of 4th of Dhul Hijjah. So this is a very, very risky, this one. Okay. So if you're doing the round trip, it's a little bit easier. Okay. I'm going to say New York. Again, New York, and I'm going to leave on the 20th, Jeddah, so it's already this thing. Here, I can decide Medina, but then the challenge that you have with doing it Medina is, because this is generally, you don't have flights flying from New York to Medina, there are fewer flights. Saudi does that. Then you increase the chances of missing it, basically. So preferably, keep it to Jeddah, the
While,
date, and
while
then
you're
it'll
discussing
tell
this,
you here.
Brother Farid, there's a question related, like if they select a custom flight and if there is a delay in the flight and they land after the 5th, what happens?
Good question. If there's a delay by the airline itself, for example, due to some weather condition or something, my expectation is the airline will make the arrangement with the authorities in Saudi Arabia for their flight to land there on time. Okay. Again, this is a very one-on-one issue. My recommendation at that point in time is before you board the flight, check with the airline what they are going to do. And then at that point in time, you can even message Rawaf to see if there is anything Rawaf can help you with. But chances are, because this is a ministry requirement, I am not certain how that will work. That's a very good question. We will ask the question from Rawaf and Nusuk. We'll see if we can get a clarity. How does that necessarily work? Okay, that's a good question. So we'll get
Yeah.
back to you, inshallah. on that.
In general, probably try not to cut it too close. Try to keep extra
Absolutely.
buffer.
That's a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
response. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have to, again, remember, I was just, while going through the multi-city, I was just discussing this one. Avoid getting yourself into a situation where if something happens, you don't have that buffer space. Okay. If you have to do a custom because you have to go drop off children somewhere, consider getting the shortest flight, and then you can always make your other connecting arrangements later on, inshallah ta'ala. Okay.
And there's
Right?
another related question which is asking about when configuring a custom flight, should we take the default dates that are populated automatically?
Yes, definitely. Because the default dates are the dates that basically they take it from the package dates and they put the dates here. Okay. So, for example, this one is basically saying the earliest that the package is available, the hotel is available, is the May 20th. And it's saying the latest you can stay there is the 9th of June. Okay. Meaning, if you decide to get a flight which is beyond June 9th, for example, then you will have to make your own hotel arrangements. Okay.
Yeah, and just to add on to one point is look at when are you landing. The date that you're landing into Jeddah should be your check-in date. It should not be that you're landing too early.
Right. So again, the same point here, like for example, here in the custom flight, what I'm saying is in New York, I'm leaving on the 20th. That means this flight will get into Jeddah on the 21st. So you got to make sure that it's not running into the 4th of Dhul Hijjah deadline, your landing deadline. Okay. So custom flights are tricky. Okay, custom flights are definitely tricky. Yes, it gives you the flexibility. Yes, you might have to go for it if your group flights are not available. Okay, but they're tricky. So be careful. Again, practice this. Even if you're not thinking of a custom flight, folks, my suggestion is play with this portal. Play with this Al Musafir portal so that you're familiar with it in case your favorite package, the group flight runs out and this is the only option you have. Okay, you should still be familiar with it. You should be able to work with this one. Okay, so like, okay, I'm going to say show the flights. I'm going with a straightforward, simple this one right now. Okay, again they're continuing to warn me about that one. View the fares. Okay, these are all the options available. I don't believe I have ever seen them offer a business class, but you can definitely look at it. Okay, so I'm going to pick one of them just for right now. I'm going to pick this one. It's booking. It's going. See, that's another concern I have is where it went into spin there on the day of the purchase because of the bandwidth, because there are so many people looking for the flights, that can become longer, and that is one of the other concern we have is with the custom flight, because it has to go get the approval and come back and say yes, this is available. That can be an additional minute or two, so we want to avoid that one. Okay, now uh, now this is going to ask me for the package transportation. Now this package transportation is from the airport to the hotel and hotel to the airport. This is not the rest of the transportation, which is already included in the package. Okay, I need to stop the share because the sensitive information is going to come up. Okay, so I'm back here. So this is this thing. If you look at all this information is here, all the information, everything is here. Then as long as my e-wallet is more than the total price, okay, then the button here should be telling on the day of the purchase, purchase the ticket. Okay, so basically this will be a different button here that basically says you're ready to purchase, and then you should be able to purchase this one. Now I'm going to save the configuration. Okay, let me quickly do something here so that I can block this one. How am I going to do this? I'm sorry, there is sensitive information there. I do need to block it. Okay, all right. Okay. So now you can see I have a package here ready. Okay. So on the day of the purchase, my expectation is I should be clicking this, configure the package. It takes me to this last screen, which is the package transportation. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. I should be able to go forward, but let me just quickly all I need to do is I need to just double check on the transportation to make sure I'm reselecting it. I know I'm not sharing the screen, okay, because I have to protect this sensitive information. Okay. So I'm back on the screen here. Okay. So as you could see, I did not need to reconfigure the package because this is a question that keeps coming up again and again. So all I needed to do was just finalize and select the transportation option. I don't know why even I'm being taken there, but that's an extra one click, and then next one will be this screen here. So on the day of the purchase, I'm going to go click on the shopping cart. I'm going to say configure the package. Configure the package. It will bring me to the transportation screen. Okay. In the transportation screen, since I've already selected that before, I just need to do click and second click here, okay, to accept the transportation from and to the airport, okay, and then I would be pressing next here. So I'm just blocking that one off. Give me a minute. Next, and then that'll take me to the screen that basically says, here you're ready to purchase the package, basically, okay, and so those are the steps on the day of the purchase itself. Okay, any questions around this that you see, Brother Wasim, on this one?
No, not necessarily related to this, but separate questions.
Okay.
You want me to go through that?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
I answered few in chat already. But one question is that there are two people in the family. One has been verified, same verification issue. They have repeatedly put a new photo, and created tickets. They need help.
I think messages directly, because in most of the cases, even though we keep asking the question, have you followed our guideline? People say yes. And then when we look at the picture, unfortunately, that picture turns out to be not followed properly. Let me do this. Let me reshare that requirement.
So your sister Yasmina, if you can reach out to either me or Brother Farid directly, we can help you out, inshallah.
Okay. The most of the cases, the problem that is there with the picture is this. Because many times people just will send a picture that is gray color, they are rejecting it. It has to be white color. The face has to be centered like this, and it has to be 2 by 2 inches. Okay. It's almost like it has to be exactly similar to this in how the picture is facing. You cannot have it sideways. The eyes have to be clearly visible, and it has to be looking towards the camera. Okay. That is an absolute requirement. I have seen cases where eyes are squinted, they are rejecting it. Okay. The eyes, basically, the picture should clearly show the eyes, clearly show the face, and it has to be white background. It's almost exactly like this, excepting replace this picture with your picture, basically. It cannot be anything like this, far away, etc. See here, you cannot even see the eyes here. Okay. And it's also slanted a little bit. No, you cannot do this thing. Okay. And it has to be exactly like this one. As long as your picture that you submitted looks like this, it's clear, visible, the eyes are visible, white background, you should not have an issue. Okay. But contact us, will help you with the picture, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Next question.
Yeah, there is a question about the package that you were just configuring. They're saying that it's 59,000 riyal, about
For two people.
$16,000.
Oh, excuse me. That was for 2 people, by the way.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
they're asking, is it luxury or not? So yeah, if you
No,
can.
no, no, no. Sorry. That account has 2 people. That's why it is multiplied by 2. Okay. It's not luxury. I should have pointed that out while I was doing that.
Another question is that can you also show how to configure group flights?
How to configure group flight? Okay. Let me go back to that. Let me look for doing this. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to get to that stage. Okay, I'm here. All right, let me look for a package that looks familiar to be give me a minute. The packages are still being loaded, so I don't know which ones are available. So I'm kind of playing with this a little bit. Let me see, 516365, 306. Okay, 509. Okay, let's look at the detail quickly. Okay, yep, it has JFK, right? So it'll have flights that we can look at. So here's the package, which is Asafa and Saleh Sun Hotel. So I'm just going to go to the flight screen quickly, okay? That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, again, the prices are for two people here. So you will see it
Again,
different here.
prices are for two people. You can see that it keeps multiplying by 2 for everything. Okay, so here we are. Here are the group flights, okay? Again, if you look here, this offers me group flights as well as it also offers me custom flight, okay? So I can select either this group flight. In this case, there is only one group flight available for me, okay? Which is JFK, as we saw even in our image. Or I can decide to go with the custom flight. Again, I'll keep repeating, avoid the custom flight as much as possible unless you find that the group flight is not available or you are running out of group flight and custom flight is your only option at that point, or you have to go to a third country to drop off the children, okay? If you have to do that one, you can even contact us. We'll give you some one-on-one guidance on how to move through that quickly, where if you have to do that one, okay? So in this case, so I look at it, now, remember, you have to look at the day of the departure, okay? The package starts from the 20th of May, but the flight leaves on the 19th of May. This is something that you need to be aware of, especially if you're planning on connecting flights. If you're planning on connecting flights, you need to understand that you need to be in JFK by 11:20 a.m. This is generally a.m. On the 19th of May. Okay, this is very important that you are aware of it. Now, one other recommendation while we are on this one, if you are arranging for connecting flight, please allow yourself enough time in case of any connecting flights canceling or getting delayed, etc. So all you have to do here in this case is come here, select the flight, and then you are ready to move forward. That's all you need to do. With group flight, it's very simple. It's you basically pick the correct one that you want, make sure the dates match, make sure everything is there, make sure it's the right gateway that you want to go. You select, you click on that one, you're ready to go. That's all. It's as simple with when it comes to group flights. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah, somebody asking like, so there is no direct way in Nusuk to filter packages by group flights for a specific country.
No, unfortunately not. Not on the Nusuk, but you can definitely go to the package listing, which is available on Rawaf Global's link tree. If you scroll down, it'll tell you Rawaf packages list. You can go into that one. It's basically the same Excel sheet that we have shared multiple times before. You can go there and you can sort it by the gateway and look for it, inshallah. Okay.
The question is, in group flights, do you still need to select transportation?
With group flight, you need to still select the transportation from airport to the hotel and hotel to the airport. Okay, that you still have to do it. Yes,
Yeah, that's the ground transportation options.
that's a
So that would
ground
apply for
transportation
both.
only from airport to the hotel, hotel to the airport. Okay, that's the only thing you need to select. Okay, so while we're on this one, this Saturday's webinar is going to be at 2 p.m. due to some logistical issue, because there are other Rawaf webinars running at the time. So it's going to be 2 p.m. on Saturday Eastern Standard Time, not 3 p.m., which is our regular slot. We had to move it up by 1 hour. Okay.
Another question is that all the packages that are gone, when it comes back, will it be the same or will anything change?
Our understanding is the only thing that will change is the flights, because there are going to be more flights added and there might be some changes with the airlines, but it is the pricing and the configuration should not change.
I'm trying to find Rawaf 202, but cannot find it in Nusuk.
Because they have taken down all the packages. They're slowly loading the packages. So don't worry, inshallah ta'ala, by end of tomorrow, we are expecting for all the packages to be in there. Hopefully Friday morning you should see everything.
Comment, I'm from UK, mashallah, they're very informative and helpful. Jazakallah khair. May Allah accept your effort and accept all your intentions.
Ameen. Okay. So
That's all
while
the
we're on the
questions.
topic, we want to know if you can put this in the Q&A chat also. How are you receiving the information that we are giving? Is it helpful? What can we add more? How can we make these sessions more informative for you? If you're doing a good job, please go ahead and put the comments in. But if we can help and make it better, please feel free to provide your feedback, because we want to make this session working for you, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. So any feedback, positive, constructive, is more than welcome. Of course, negative feedback will hurt us. We don't want, we want to avoid that, but definitely constructive feedback is always welcome. Okay. So go ahead and put your comments in the chat or the Q&A. We'll definitely welcome that, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions, brother?
Yeah, they're
You see
asking
anything?
what is the date and time when buying packages will be open.
Our
First,
understanding is February 3rd, 1 p.m. Makkah time. That is 5 a.m. New York time and 4 a.m. Chicago time and 2 a.m. Los Angeles time. So this is the time we have right now. Okay. If anything changes, we'll come back to you, inshallah ta'ala. We'll update back.
the
Okay.
question, when should we add money to e-wallet?
You should start putting the money into the e-wallet now. Our recommendation is, please make sure your e-wallet is funded to the most expensive package that you're looking at least by the 27th of January. Of course, you can do it all the way close to the sale window, but we don't want you to wait until the last minute and run into issues with any kind of blockages. Okay, so try to have it in at least by the 27th of this month, inshallah. Okay.
How does Qurbani work? Is it included in the package?
Qurbani is not included in the packages that Rawaf is sharing so far, but we will share with you after the packages are purchased how you can go about arranging for the Qurbani. We will come up with different ways, inshallah ta'ala, and we'll share the information.
How much extra should one have to pay for Al-Kabsh?
Al-Kabsh is generally about 5,000 riyals more than Al-Muassam. So when you go through the configuration, it will tell you the difference between the Al-Muassam and the Al-Kabsh is generally about 5,000 riyals, which is about $1,500 if you want to think of it. Okay.
If one application is under verification, can I add money to e-wallet? Like one family member is under verification.
You unless the entire account is verified, you will not be able to see packages or put the money into the e-wallet, unfortunately. So you got to get everybody verified. Okay.
That's
On that note, if you are verified and even if you find any information in your profile wrong, please at this stage do not touch it, because we have had situations in the previous years. The person sees that, oops, I had submitted the passport number wrong, but they still approved it. Let me go correct it. Immediately it goes back into under verification, and then chances of missing the sale window becomes higher. So if you're verified, don't touch your account. Okay, if there is an error, inshallah ta'ala, once the package is purchased, we will help you correct it, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Okay, all right, Brother Wasim, I think it's about time to end, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, Jazakallah khair for everyone. Brother Wasim is going to go ahead and lead us with a ending dua, inshallah.
Yes, alhamdulillah, we are making all this effort. Keep making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah accept us. This is acceptance from Allah. So we should all make dua that Allah, whoever has intention, all of us get accepted. And inshallah, whenever we end a gathering, we should say Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursaleen alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Jazakallah khair. And as always, we are humbled and we are honored that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has even selected us to share whatever information we are and to guide each and everyone that is around us. This is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we are honestly, humbly thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that. Please continue making talbiya, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wal ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. This is a way of telling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I'm ready for the Hajj, I'm ready for the Hajj. So inshallah, Allah will answer that and accept all of us for Hajj Baitullah, inshallah ta'ala. Wassalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh. And as a reminder, the webinar on Saturday will be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 1 p.m. Chicago time and 11 a.m. Los Angeles time and 7 p.m. London time, inshallah ta'ala. Wassalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh.